That's pretty cool. What's up, Tom?
Hey, how are you, Dad?
You know,
I'm good, son.
We talk about you very often on this podcast. So obviously it's great to see you. It's great to have you here. Michael told me that, we'd love to have you back multiple times because I could talk to you all day about a million things and the time we spent together. So
I would love that. I miss the time we spent there. I'm seeing it's probably because of this podcast, but I'm seeing a resurgence in Smallville interest, at least with regard to my experience there. So I think it's fantastic. It's a shining light. It's going to sound corny, but you know me, I'm a little corny. It's a shining light in all of certainly Warner Brothers television history. And I do believe that Smallville was responsible for starting this whole, or authenticating this whole superhero craze.
Absolutely.
I think Smallville was the first, really, truly the first show that got it all right.
Yeah. I agree. And, we all see each other at these conventions, not often enough. And a lot of the time people talk about watching the show with their dad, with their mom, with their family. It was, some people are like, this is the only time our family got together. And a lot of times it comes up that Jonathan Kent and the family and the Kents and Martha and how that set such a tone. And I tell everybody, and I'll say it again, you were a big part of that. I remember being on set and you at times would sort of stand up for your character and this status quo that you wanted to have for your character in the Kents. And I think that I was able to just follow you down that road. And I think you see that a lot in the episodes. You see Clark being a son and Jonathan being a dad. I mean, I know I'm talking a lot because I'm so excited to see you, but we just watched an episode where Clark is breaking, he's chopping wood with his hand. And it was a fun gag. And I remember, you obviously come in and you say, Clark, we need firewood, not twigs and splinters, whatever.
Yeah,
There's
not
something that
toothpicks.
happens at the end of that scene where Clark is sort of sent off to stop feeling sorry for himself. And there's a wide shot and Jonathan turns around and starts on the wood. It, starts doing it. He keeps himself active. And that was something you always did. You were always active because you told me people are active. People don't sit still. And anyway, just one of the many things I got from you.
Well, thank you. There's I'm going to add to that a little bit since we're already going here. There's a tendency in series television for every character that's in the episode to be totally involved in whatever the lead character is doing. And I think you'll remember I called it Dr. Quinning it. I refused to Dr. Quinn it.
Yeah.
There's no reason for Orson Bean, whose character owns the mercantile, to have any idea or any notion or really care at all about Michaela's problems. So folks who are watching this, you'll notice what one of the things Tom is talking about is every time he would come home from school, the script would indicate that, we were waiting there to see how his day was. And I said, what planet do you live on? I don't care how his day was. I've got cows to feed, right? I've got cows to feed. So when you follow that through, folks who are watching this, who are in the acting profession, when you follow that through, if I made it so when Jonathan came in to talk to Clark, the audience knew that he had interrupted something I was already doing, which added importance to it.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So, and it was as simple as taking off my gloves when I came in the door and saying, "Hey, Clark, what's going on?" And grabbing a cup of coffee and refusing to Dr. Quinn it, where everybody is like, "Oh my gosh, Michaela, what's happening? Is the water tainted?"
Right.